Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode on the Unleashing Potentials podcast. My name is Bernadette Desir, and I'm your host. Joining me today is special guest, Elona. How are you?
Hi, Bernadette. Thanks so much for having me on. I'm doing great. Thanks so much
That's
for
awesome.
inviting.
You're welcome. Elona, can you tell us where you're tuning in from?
I am based out of New York.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. And can you tell us who you are and what you do?
So what I do is I help purpose-driven entrepreneurs and corporations grow legacy business that does more good in the world. And I do that through branding, marketing, sales systems, and team. Pretty much a framework that I've seen is what builds foundational, very healthy businesses from a holistic perspective, from startup phase all the way to a big corporation. And yeah, so that's what I do today.
That's awesome. Did you always wanted to do the work that you're doing now?
Um, I mean, I think it's been a build-up for sure because my story started from all the way actually natively Albanian. My parents migrated to New York 25 years ago, so I was the oldest child. So I think that's the work that I do today has a lot to do with, I guess, a lot of the ambition and the grit that um, I was, I guess, inherited by my parents, meaning that they brought us here for better opportunity from a small country in Albania. So, I was always told that we need to achieve the American dream, meaning, go to college, get a good job, buy a home, get married, all those things. So I did that for 13 years and I no longer felt fulfilled or happy with the work I was doing. I actually worked for a retail Fortune 500 company with different roles, and I was very happy there for many years because it was in growth mode until they were acquired and their culture turned into a profit-driven culture. And I was a regional director before I pivoted to my own business because that was the moment where I had to make a decision, meaning, did I want to continue, go to another company? And I knew I was very experienced. So that was not the problem. It was just a matter of what I wanted to do with my life and what was going to make me happy and fulfilled. So I said, okay, I think it's time to grow my own purpose-driven company. And I did some executive coaching, career coaching, and for the last 3 years now, I've been positioned as a high-level business strategist, where my work now is really helping entrepreneurs and corporations. I've gone back home with corporations, but on my own terms now, and I help those do more good in the world through what I just mentioned at the beginning.
Wow, that's awesome. You're also the CEO, excuse me, of the Life School. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so the Life School is pretty much a name that came to me through some of my inner wisdom moments or meditation sessions that I've had that I usually have in my business to stay quiet and think strategically and understand what is it that I need to be doing moving forward. But it came as a revelation, or even from my personal life experience, that life is a journey, and we're always learning and growing in life. We're always either a student or a teacher. And the best experience that we can gain as humans is through trial and error and through also learning from other people's experiences. So pretty much what was not done in traditional school, and especially when you think of entrepreneurship, you're in school every day. You're learning, you're growing, you're testing new things, you're moving beyond your comfort zone. You are putting yourself out there. So that's kind of where that came from. I said, oh, the life school, the school of entrepreneurship and business, but most importantly, the school that we align our life and business on purpose as well.
Mhm. Oh, I love that you called it that because I always say this is a learning experience. And the fact that you call it that, that's so cool. How did you come up with that name? Was it something that happened or you just felt that that was the right name?
No, it's just I kept hearing a little voice saying life is like school. We're always learning and growing, and we need to always learn and grow. School does not end with our former educations or degrees. And in today's world, at the fastest speed and the way information is coming to us, we need to always be learning and growing in order for us to bridge those gaps between our skills and experiences so that we can get to those intentional goals that we want to achieve, whether it's your business or your life. So yeah, that's how I came up with that.
That's awesome. Can you talk about business growth and how to keep a business from, not doing well, to keep it going?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. The two main problems that businesses usually face is inconsistent cash flow and then lack of scalability. Meaning once they have the consistent cash flow, they might not necessarily know how to grow beyond that. Because again, just like anything, just like life in general that we're just speaking about, if we get to a certain point and we don't know what's on the other side or how to grow beyond that, then businesses are the same as humans, right? They need to understand how is it that I can continuously grow, and maybe that business model that you followed to get you to a certain phase and stage of growth, it might not necessarily be the same one that's going to get you to the next level. So that's why I usually teach those fundamentals, and what I do differently is connect all those dots for people, meaning how do you do your branding, marketing, sales systems and teams so they all work together, so that brick by brick you have that very strong, healthy foundation in your business, just like a home. And then once you understand what are those pillars that constantly are ongoing, it does not matter what your stage of growth is, then you understand, okay, so I can rinse and repeat a lot of these things, and then I can continue to grow and expand with strategies that are going to align with the growth stage. So just to define each one of those pretty fast. Branding is all about positioning. Branding is all about visibility and people knowing that you exist and you are an authority in your marketplace. Marketing is about service. Marketing is really educating your audience on the problem and solution you solve. And then sales is the entire process between the know, like, and trust. What happens when Bernadette first finds out about me and vice versa, all the way to her trusting me enough to help her in her business in this case. And then the other two pillars are about growth. Once you have those three in order, then you want to start looking at some systems and automated systems or even teams that you want to bring on board if you want to move beyond solopreneurship into entrepreneurship and into CEO level. So yeah, those are some just quick definitions of each. But in my day-to-day work, I help people personalize all of this and, of course, meet them where they are and help them grow their business one step at a time.
That's awesome. Would you say everything you just shared, does it apply to every single businesses? I'll give you an example for me. I didn't go to school to learn about communication or podcasting. It's just a desire in my heart to hear other people, to share. But I'm hearing niche and categories. I'm like, what are those? I just want to talk and share. Would you say it applies for podcasting as well?
Yeah, it applies for everything. I stay in the service space because that's what my business is, and I also help service providers. However, I have worked with product businesses, and it all works the same because every business needs to brand, to market, to sell, to create systems when they get big, and then to also get a team. Where I would qualify podcasting is a great channel, marketing channel in the business. I would consider it a branding and marketing channel in your business. So if you are clear about the purpose of your podcast, of how we'll add value in the marketplace, how we will build your brand with consistency towards that target audience that you're looking to serve, and then what is that intentional path between a listener first finding out about you all the way into serving them at a higher level with all the amazing work that you are probably doing. So I would say for podcasting, it's the same way. You do have to have a strategy. That's why what I teach is more bigger, your brand messaging overall, because once you have clarity on your vision, mission, values, and your problem you solve and the solution you have to offer, then these are just things you plug in the business. Your podcast, maybe you write a book, maybe you run challenges, maybe you set up trainings, maybe you get in the media and get interviewed, you build up your authority and all of those other pieces. These are just different pieces that go in the business, but the overall message and the overall brand of the business should be staying the same for consistency purposes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how important is it to remain authentic to our brands, to values, and core beliefs when it comes to business strategies?
Wow, very important. That's your only competitive advantage you have, especially if in the service space, because you are the business, right? So authenticity is how the right people will connect with you. But also, I think it's becoming even more important now with the age of ChatGPT and technology advancing, because the only leverage we have is humans want to connect with humans. So humans will start to crave that human live connection with humans and virtual connection as well. So with your messaging, it's very, very important for you to be authentic, because again, if you are not, then that energy level that you put out there as far as your brand, you're just not going to convert the people you want. You're not going to build a community around you. Podcasting is great for community building, building a community of listeners around you, people that align with what you're about, with your values, with the way you look at the world, what pisses you off about the world. Like, these are all authentic messages, your story, right? Your challenges you've overcome and all of these. I mean, take this part out of the business and I can automate a business with no human, no problem, right? Because as I said, every business needs those pillars, but if you take the human out of business, then you just become another copycat in the market, and that's going to be very easy to just miss you. You'll be a little dot. No one's going to notice you because you're just like everyone else.
Yeah, I agree. Let's focus a little bit on leadership. What happens when leadership goes wrong? Because some people have a really hard time working in teams and partnering their ideas and beliefs.
I think depending on what phase you are in or your exposure with leadership, it's a skill that can be learned. I think the biggest pain point I see with leadership is people just, staying small in their businesses because they are afraid to give up control. They are afraid to hire. They're afraid to go through this entire process of getting other people around you, the pressure of, paying people and retaining people, all these things that happen when you have a team and it starts with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and then eventually becomes a culture, right? Because again, I say your culture starts with you and then you grow slowly, as you get more people around you, as you are clear about who you need, why you need them, and all those other things, which, you should have clarity on that as well. But yeah, I'd say that people go wrong with leadership in the fact that they think they can do it all. And they think they don't need others around them. And they think they're the smartest person in the room. They're ego driven. They think that, they just want to caress their egos and be like, I'm the best. And they do it all on their own. And that is the sure recipe to staying small and getting burned out.
Yeah.
But I would say that's the biggest one, depending on the beginning stages of leadership. But obviously, once you grow in this area as well, just like anything in life, school of life, we learn and grow by experience. We make mistakes, and then, we gain these skills because just like social media marketing, I mean, nobody loved doing this unless you have passion for social media marketing. But look at us, we're all doing it because we learn the skills. So I say that, every skill is learnable. And if you don't have an inner talent or inner gift for that, then of course, if it's something that aligns with your bigger mission, then you should invest in learning it because it's going to go a long way for sure.
Yeah, and it's to humble ourselves. I've had to learn to do that. And I love when people give me suggestions of what I'm doing, whether it's good or bad. I love it because I learned from it.
Yeah, and patience, and it's all about communication in leadership, right? Because leaders make more leaders. That's the whole differentiation between a leader and a boss. Somebody that likes to micromanage and has just created more jobs for themselves that they need to oversee, or a leader that steps back and empowers people and just listens, attentively listens to their problems, to the things that matter to them, and then aligns them with the bigger mission of the company. That's a good leader, right? I would say listening as well, and not thinking that we need to know all the answers. I think the best answers are in your clients, in your communities, in the people you are surrounding yourself with. And when you listen, you add more value to yourself. I say when you speak, you are giving away information. Other people get value from you. But when you listen, you're getting in a lot of great information. So I think it's a great balance between both.
Yeah, I agree. What are some key takeaways that you want my audience to get from this episode?
Yeah, I think three key takeaways that I usually repeat, and it's patterns that affect most entrepreneurs that are purpose driven, is you understand as the entrepreneur how to identify all these bigger pieces of the puzzle of your business and what you need to learn and bridge the gap between your skills, knowledge, and experience, so that when you are bringing in the right people, when you know what decision to make, when you know what is the next investment for your business, you have that big picture, bird's eye view in the business. Because if you don't have that long-term mindset around investing in your business, then you're just going to make very quick decisions that might serve you in the moment, but you will make a lot of mistakes in the long term. Because if you're not looking at things on that longer range or with that bigger vision, then you don't know where you're going, right? I mean, that's what a mission is. Mission is why do we exist as a company? And as a human being, we all start with this, right? We all start as solopreneurs. And then your vision is, where are we going? If you don't know where you're going, then how are you going to know how to even operate in the day-to-day or when to quit because it gets challenging, right? I mean, all of those things that happen when you lack a lot of these pieces that, sometimes seem like they're overspoken about, but, if you don't have those plugged in the business, then, you're missing a lot of important ingredients to your success as an entrepreneur. And then the third one, I would say, that purpose and why has to be very, very big and clear, and it always has to go beyond you in contribution, because if it's only about you, you're only going to go so far. You're going to get wiped out by the next person. Not that I believe in competition, I believe in collaboration, but if you're just looking for quick results, entrepreneurship might not be the best path for you. But if you're looking to build something sustainable, if you're looking to do work you love and discover a lot of gifts and abilities inside of you every day, then this journey is for you for sure.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I have two questions for you as we wrap up. The first one I ask every guest: what is the meaning of life for you?
Cool. Meaning of life. To enjoy every moment, to enjoy the process of living, to be surrounded by other people that you care about, to give and receive unconditional love, and to just make experiences and memories.
I love that. Last question for you. Where can my listeners find you and support the work that you do?
Yeah, they can go on my website, elonaloparicoaching.com, and I have a lot of great free resources on there for their businesses. And I also have a community where they can join other legacy builders and entrepreneurs, where they can speak, they can network, they can connect with other high-level visionaries. And they're going to find more information around that on my website as well.
Awesome. Well, Elona, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for everything that you're doing to help businesses and individuals to be empowered. Thank you.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you for creating this amazing channel for people to get information and to stay on the path, because I think it's very important that we realize our potential through the journey of entrepreneurship, and the people that are putting together these great resources are really the people that are purpose driven and are doing amazing work in the world. So thank you for doing the same.
You're welcome.